A pleasure to meet y'all at last, and welcome back to Survival of No Limits. So, well, new location, and therefore some new ideas are coming into play right now. And if you can't already tell, then well, let's do a quick turnaround here. This is the same old, well, gazebo. But otherwise, I'd say that things are certainly going to be looking up because lots of new ideas have been pitched, and therefore I've got all the time I need to basically get new episodes put together and also to get some more creativity scheduled. But for today, let's just stick with 7 more topics that I got before I have to move on to somewhere else. And thankfully I already have that planned out as well. But don't mind the echoes that come out as kind of a robotic sort of sound because of the way the gazebo is constructed. But anyways, here we go with number 91 in the series itself. Chain reactions is what I'll be talking about specifically. This exact sort of scientific series of reactions has been very common throughout history. If you're familiar with the Rube Goldberg sort of process, a type of homemade contraption that does involve a lot of things out there, from strings, pulleys, tracks, etc. being used. There's all kinds of videos out there on YouTube, challenges that involve the usage of Rube Goldberg devices, and then of course it was very well popularized in the film Pee-wee's Big Adventure from 1985. But in terms of chain reactions that apply specifically otherwise, sometimes, well, this is pretty much where the question, what does this have to do with survival, comes into play. And so specifically, chain reactions in this particular instance are one of those kinds of things that could indeed prove to be dangerous. The Simpsons ride uses a chain reaction that, well, where Homer goes and picks up a large glass of beer and then ends up setting off a bit of a domino effect where one model inside of a room falls and then the others fall, and they cause sort of things like explosions, electrical discharge, and otherwise. That's a good example of a chain reaction being used in a theme park ride. But in terms of how real life chain reactions are, then well, the thing is that they can be pretty big in terms of variables. Depending on what kind of things are in the environment around you, you can expect anything to take place. But don't necessarily expect all chain reactions to end up in complete danger. Like I said, the Rube Goldberg has been a recreation amongst a lot of YouTube creators and otherwise. Yet when you are experimenting with dangerous substances, for example, most chemicals and volatile compounds, then a chain reaction could indeed be set off, especially if you do something wrong. Like if you mix a few things together, then chances are you might indeed set off quite a big reaction. Like in the instances of combining chemicals, including hydrogen chloride and ammonia, then well, it releases a toxic gas cloud that is liable to cause a lot of damage to your body. In case you inhale it, then well, expect your lungs to be in some pretty bad disarray. If it gets into your eyes, then well, it could indeed cause extreme visual issues, and sometimes other organs and other parts of the body can indeed become involved. But let's not forget, the deadly parts of chain reactions are always indeed being used as a way to help those people who are learning to get into things like chemistry and other parts of science that do involve the usage of these dangerous things out there. Chemicals of all sorts. Lots of people happen to work with them all the time. Yet we are always looking forward to seeing what kind of experiment lies ahead and what kind of outcome can we get from it. The simple usage of FEOC, posing questions, forming a hypothesis, conducting an experiment, putting in an observation, and then drawing a conclusion. Expect the experiment part to sometimes have trial and error and a big ladder for you to climb up. When you reach the top, then maybe you can expect to have some nice old safety against these kind of problems. Chain reactions being one of those things. So in conclusion to this, exactly, chain reactions, no matter what type they are, be safe around those. Anything could happen. Right or wrong, good or bad, anything at all. And well, that's pretty much going to cut it for today because there's a lot of background noise around here and I don't know if I'm getting any good usage on the microphone here, but if you want to see more go down on my channel, then make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.